Sony FE 200-600mm F5.6-6.3 G OSS review. The Sony FE 200-600mm F5.6-6.3 G OSS is a high-quality zoom lens that's well suited for wildlife and sports photography, thanks to its ideal focal length. Additionally, its internal zoom design distinguishes it from lower-priced options. The 150-600mm zoom lens is a good choice for photographers who want long telephoto reach but don't want to spend too much on a pro-grade prime. This type of lens is especially popular with enthusiasts who love shooting distant subjects like wildlife. Sony camera owners didn't have one of these lenses to use until the release of the FE 200-600mm F5.6-6.3 G OSS. While more expensive than basic options like the Sigma 150-600mm Contemporary, which can be used with an adapter, the Sony version justifies its cost by boasting speedy autofocus and an internal zoom design. The Sony 200-600mm lens is larger than the Sigma 150-600mm Contemporary. Its size measures 12.5 by 4.4 inches, whereas the Sigma's dimensions are 10.2 by 4.1 inches. Along with similar lenses from Nikon and Tamron which all telescope outward on zooming in. The Sony's zoom is completely internal, keeping its dimensions constant regardless of the focal length it is set to. The internal zoom feature can impact handling. The telescoping zoom requires effort to set the position. While the 200-600mm control turns smoothly and allows for easy adjustments during photography. This allows for greater focus on camera movement and capturing action. The device has its pros and cons. It proved helpful for capturing the movement of a soccer match, as different angles were required for each shot. However, we found it to be somewhat hindering when birdwatching, where a fixed 600mm setting is often preferred. The ring was easy to accidentally adjust to a wider focal length. The weight of the 200-600mm lens is comparable to its competitors, weighing 4.7 pounds. It has a front filter size of 95mm and comes with a soft carrying case, front and rear caps, as well as a reversible lens hood. While not belonging to Sony's top-tier G Master range, this G lens shares the same off-white finish as the brand's professional-grade telephoto lenses. Similar to other Sony FE lenses, the 200-600mm has been equipped with internal seals that safeguard it from dust and water damage. This feature is also present in premium 150-600mm lenses such as the Sigma 150-600mm Sports and Tamron 150-600mm G2. The package includes a tripod collar that rotates. You can secure it with a thumb screw and attach a strap to the lens using two lugs. The collar is removable, and you can detach the tripod foot if you don't need it when using the lens. The lens features several controls including adjustments for focus mode, range, and optical stabilization. It also has a focus limiter function that allows it to search for subjects across its entire range, specifically at distances beyond 10 meters or closer than 10 meters. The zoom has a minimum focus distance of 7.9 feet, which is comparable to other lenses. At its 600mm setting and nearest focus, the zoom has a magnification of 1:5. It's not a substitute for dedicated macro lenses but can be used in an emergency. If you prefer close-up work instead of distant shots, consider FE 100-400mm, which is just over 1:3 macro magnification and a shorter zoom range. Sony is promoting the feature of focus speed on their new FE 200-600mm lens. Unlike adapted lenses, this lens can capture subjects at 20 fps with autofocus while paired with Sony's top-end camera, the A9. The autofocus system is driven by a linear direct-drive SSM motor, which may be problematic for those photographing fast-moving subjects like sports or birds. The FE 200-600mm performs well in terms of quick and accurate focusing, as tested with A9 and A7R4 cameras.